Good morning and welcome to Ark and Dove Presbyterian Church in Odenton, Maryland. I'm Brian Boudreau, the clerk of session here at Ark and Dove, and your host in the lobby, the weekly program of the life and ministry of the church. So today is the 16th Sunday after Pentecost, and we will be celebrating communion. So take a moment to prepare your bread and fruit of the vine. In a little bit, we will be talking to Christian Ed Elder Sarah Fox and Godly Play team leader Amy Tardif. But first, let's take a look at all the great things going on at Ark and Dove. So in-person sanctuary worship continues every Sunday at 10:30. Masks are required in the sanctuary to ensure everyone's safety. And we are asking that you please RSVP online to attend because seating is limited and we need to keep track of who's in the building. Now, before you enter the sanctuary now, we are starting a new activity. And so on Sunday morning, we're asking folks to select a red, yellow, or green name tag. You write your name on it and wear it. Now, each color means something. So this lets us know how close you want people to get to you. So red means no contact, please. Yellow means elbow bumps. And green means handshaking is okay. And for those who would like to hug, please ask. This way, we will all be within our own comfort zone during this COVID surge. So we want to show each other the maximum care. So thank you. Now, our next outdoor service will be on the 19th, that's next week, and service starts at 9:15. So please check the homepage of the Ark and Dove website for any cancellation due to inclement weather. For adults, there are new opportunities in September. One is the Introduction to Prayer. Through a series of 3 sessions in September, the group will discuss how to pray. Now, the first one happened today, but the next one will be September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. And they will answer the question, how do I find some stillness and silence in my life? And then on September 26th at 9:15 a.m., it'll be an in-person group. How do I teach my children and youth to pray? So if you're interested, please contact the Christian Ed Elder to sign up. So Logos is also just around the corner. Logos is Ark and Dove's midweek intergenerational program for pre-K and elementary age children on Tuesdays. So the activity will be outdoors as much as possible. There may be some limited indoor activity, but that will be with masks if we have inclement weather. Meals will not be served as in years past, and middle school and high school age children will have a separate activity. So Logos is a great way to grow your relationship with God and others at Ark and Dove. So there will be a Zoom meeting on Tuesday, September 14th from 7:30 to 8:30. Contact Jen Roman or Julie Devers for the Zoom link or to get more information. Now, the Friendly Seniors will have a meeting on Thursday, September 16th at 3 p.m. After that, future afternoon teas will be Zoom meetings on the second Tuesday of every month at 3 p.m. If you have more questions, please contact Joan Berry. Are you new to Ark and Dove? Have you been joining worship in person or online? And would you like to know more about the ministry and community of Ark and Dove? Well, if you're interested in joining the church or just want to learn more about the church, join us for an orientation and discussion on Saturday, September 25th from 9 to 11 a.m. For all those inquiring. To RSVP and to receive the Zoom link, please contact outreach@arkanddove.org. So youth group for middle school and high school youth will begin on Sunday, September 19th. 6th to 8th grade will meet outside the church from 4 to 5 p.m. and 9th to 12th grade will meet outside the church from 5 to 6:30. So we'll see you then, and go ahead and bring some friends too. Ark and Dove is putting together a group to participate in the Annapolis Run for the Lighthouse next week, Sunday, September 19th, or you can do it anytime virtually this week. So if you sign up, let Nicole Howe know, and she'll set up a meeting place for all the Ark and Dove attendees. Pastor Tim will be leading a series called A Basic Introduction to the Prophets of the Old Testament. It will be held on September 21st, 28th, and October 5th from 7 to 8:15 p.m. via Zoom. There's about an hour of prep for that and then an hour and 15 minutes of class time. So please register with Pastor Tim. This is a great beginner's course for those beginning their Bible exploration journey. The Summer Book Club now meets every other month on a Friday at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. The next meeting is September 24th at 7:30. They'll be reading Kitchens of the Great Midwest by J. Ryan Stradle. And this one is hosted by Ellen Makar. So for more information about the club, email Kim Champagne. The anti-racism team is offering a new opportunity on September 28th at 7 p.m., Deb Saylor and Paula Sparks will hold the first drop-in discussion. These discussions would be considered a safe space for us to talk honestly about anti-racism, white privilege, and understanding our participation in the oppressive system of white supremacy. So they'll be working off of question prompts from Me and White Supremacy: Combat Racism, Change the World, and Become a Good Ancestor by Layla F. Saad. So hopefully you'll be able to drop in for these discussions. If you have any questions, please contact Paula Sparks to get the Zoom link. In the Faith Seeking Understanding book series, beginning this September, the Adult Education, Gleam, and Anti-Racism teams will recommend a book a month that they believe is worth reading. So you will find the book title and date of the discussion in the archive under Faith Seeking Understanding. So the next September's book is The Gravity of Joy, a story of being lost and found by Angela Williams Gurrell. So that is September 30th at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom, and that's led by Aksa Callahan. And now here are some great activities from the Mission Ministry. The Mission Ministry Fair and Church Picnic will be Sunday, October 3rd at 10 after the 10:30 service. So the Mission Ministry invites you to learn more about the mission teams and the ways that you can share your time and talents. So there will be food, games, prizes, and a family fun at the picnic. So mark your calendars now. And if you have any easy up tents, I think the group is looking for those as well. Any questions, you can contact Mission Ministry Elder Lori Kronzer. Ark and Dove has begun the annual Peace and Global Witness special offering, and they'll continue that through October 3rd. So through our Peace and Global Witness donations, we will support Anne Arundel Connecting Together, that's ACT, with 75% of our giving, and the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service supporting the emergency relief effort for Afghan refugees. That's 25% of our giving. So your continuing generosity is a blessing to so many in our county and to the refugees coming to our area. And if you want to support Habitat for Humanity, and now we even have tornado relief, you can make a donation online. You just need to go to the Ark and Dove website and go to donate here. And now for our regular activities, the weekly Bible lectionary is every Wednesday at 10 a.m. You can contact Pastor John for the Zoom invitation. Sunday fellowship is right after the service at 11:45. You just need to email fellowship@arkanddove.org to get a Zoom invitation. You can do that anytime during the service. Now, it is hard to believe that we're into September and fall is fast approaching. Our children are back in school. There's pumpkin spice everywhere, but it's also time for Godly Play to start up again. So I have Christian Ed Elder Sarah Fox and Godly Play team leader Amy Tardif here with me today to talk about this wonderful part of our Sunday morning. So welcome to both Sarah and Amy. Thank you for joining me today. So glad to have you with us.
Thank you, Brian, for having us.
Nice to be here. Thanks.
So I want to talk a little bit about Godly Play. Now that starts real soon. Amy, could you just describe to us what Godly Play is? What's the motivation behind it?
So Godly Play is a Montessori-based Christian curriculum for kids. It's child-centered, structured around how we do worship. So a lot of the way that the class flows is mirrored in the way that we do worship in the sanctuary.
So can you describe to me then what the format looks like when my child arrives in the classroom? What happens will they be in the sanctuary at the beginning of service?
So the kids will start out in the sanctuary, and then this year the way that we're doing it so that we allow the kids to have the time in Godly Play, they will be hearing the children's message early on in worship, and then they will be leaving the sanctuary and welcomed into the Godly Play space. This year we will be outside until we can safely be in the classrooms again. They will be greeted by a door person who works together with a storyteller. They will be welcomed and introduced into that space by the storyteller, and we will build a circle. We tell our lessons, their story format in much the way that stories used to be told, together talking about God and the sacred stories. They will be welcomed into that space, and then the storyteller will open in a prayer. We have our Circle of the Church Year, which is our kind of church clock, which introduces children to the liturgical seasons of the church. And then the storyteller will introduce the lesson, the story. After that is shared, the children are then invited to wonder about the story, kind of to personally reflect upon how, where they see God in the story, the parts of the story that is speaking to them personally. And that's the wonderful thing about wondering. There's no wrong answer. It's all very personal, spiritual formation. And then after we have wondered together, the children are then invited to choose their work. And that's also part of their response to the story. We have art materials for them to work with. We will have books for them to read from the classroom that some of them may be familiar with or have used before. Or they can use the story set from the lesson that they heard that day. And then after, the children are invited to put their work away. And then we have feast together. So think of this as the time when people after service would be in the lobby talking and sharing food, and then afterwards the children are sent out of the classroom with a blessing from the storyteller as they leave for that day. So it very much reflects what's going on in the sanctuary, where I want to say regular worship, but where worship is taking place, where we're doing a worship service with the children.
That's so good. So Sarah, could you share with us, I heard Amy say that it's going to be outside for a lot of this. So what are we doing then? Could you describe to us the plan for Godly Play, especially since it normally takes place inside? So how is this going to work for the outside?
Speaking with a lot of our Christian Ed leaders, and after a lot of praying, we decided that we wanted to continue having our Christian Ed opportunities outside, much like we did with BBS this summer and our summer Sunday school classes. We felt with students going back to a variety of schools, just to mitigate the potential exposure to COVID and the unknown increase with the different variants, that this was the safest route for our church and our children. So that said, our K2 group is going to be meeting where the summer Sunday school group met at the picnic tables. And there will be a small area there where they will be able to lay some carpet squares and create a circle space, much like they would in the classroom. So we're trying to mimic the same feel of that. The older 3 through 5 group will be meeting where the adults have been meeting this summer in the back parking lot area, so that they are safe away from cars. And in that physical space with all of the trees and nature, it has somewhat of a reverent, somewhat space feeling to the space. And we feel that that would be appropriate for our Godly Play lesson. That said, we will not be offering Sunday school or Godly Play classes if the weather is inclement.
Okay. And so there will be no 9:15 Sunday school that we had before during the summer.
No, to better serve our congregation, we felt that there was a larger need for children to receive Christian education during the 10:30 service.
Now, Amy, you have been doing Godly Play for, oh my gosh, as long as I can remember. So are you excited to get back to Godly Play with the children in person?
I'm very excited. Yes. It was wonderful in the past year and a half to keep it going virtually, but I do know that in-person aspect was missing, and we all missed it. So being able to be with the kids, even in a different space, it's just going to be wonderful. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah. Can you describe for us what the feast is going to look like
So
this
the
year?
feast is going to mimic what the adults are receiving when they come out of worship in the lobby area. I've been told that the outreach group is going to provide single serving of snacks.
And how are you on volunteers? Do you have enough volunteers for Godly Play? Or are you always looking for more?
We are always looking for more volunteers. I must say, I want to thank all of the people that have stepped up this current school year. We have a lot of new faces, and I am really, really excited to see that happening. But we always could use more people to help with the Godly Play program.
What about the nursery? And do we have a nursery coordinator?
That position is not filled. We are looking for a nursery coordinator. The job description is going to be posted very shortly. If you are interested in that, or you know of anybody in the community that would be interested in being the nursery coordinator during the services at Ark and Dove, please contact me at christianed@arkandove.org. Once that position is filled, we will be opening the nursery, and there'll be some specific COVID procedures where parents are signing their children in every day and filling out a waiver, because as we know, our children that are under 2 may not be able to wear a mask, and we're following the CDC guidelines based on age with mask wearing expectations. In addition to that, at that time, we would hope that congregants would perhaps think about volunteering to come into the nursery once in a while. We would need another adult in there to fulfill our quota of it having 2 adults in each age group for safety purposes.
Well, thank you both for joining me today. I'm really excited about Godly Play and really excited about all the Christian Ed opportunities that we do have going on. So thank you for taking a moment and just joining us. And so I'm looking forward to seeing this. And when does that start? Sarah, when does it start?
It starts next week on
Right.
September 19th. We're so excited.
It's a big one. It's a big weekend.
It is.
So we'll see everyone on September 19th.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to everyone out there for tuning in today. I'm always happy to see you every week. We are always looking to get to know our community better. So if you have something you'd like to share, an experience as we can get to know you better in our Meet Ark and Dove segment, please reach out to us at worship@arkandove.org. So more details about everything we talked about today can be found in the archive or on the webpage. So stay safe, get vaccinated, have a great week, and join us in the Zoom fellowship after the live stream. And the live stream will begin in just a moment.